The morning of the deposition arrived like a storm front rolling across the lake, dark clouds stacking on the horizon even though the forecast called for clear skies. Evelyn had chosen the battlefield, a sleek conference room in the Morrison and Associates Tower downtown, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the courthouse where her fate would soon be sealed. I walked in at 8:55 a.m. Sharp, briefcase in one hand, thermos of coffee in the other, the weight of 170 pages of evidence tucked inside like a loaded weapon. The room smelled of new leather and desperation. Evelyn sat at the far end of the polished mahogany table, flanked by two attorneys in $5,000 suits, their ties the color of blood money. Her hair was perfect, her navy blazer pressed to a knife edge, but her eyes betrayed her, red-rimmed, pupils darting like a cornered animal. Across from her, State Prosecutor Elena Vasquez arranged her exhibits with the calm precision of a surgeon laying out scalpels. Court reporter in the corner, stenograph keys already clicking. Cameras rolling. This was no friendly chat. This was the kill shot. Vasquez started soft, lulling Evelyn into false security. Mrs. Harper, can you confirm the monthly lake maintenance fee was $50 per household? Evelyn nodded, voice steady. Yes, for 20 years. Vasquez slid the first document forward, 1995 survey excluding Lot 42B. Yet your HOA collected fees on property you never owned. Explain. Evelyn's lawyer, Richardson, leaned in. Objection, assumes facts not in evidence. Overruled. Evelyn swallowed. Community use established rights. Vasquez smiled like a cat with a mouse. Rights require permission. Did any owner grant it? Silence. The room temperature seemed to drop 10 degrees. Then came the audit. Vasquez projected Laura Bennett's forensic summary on the wall screen. $2.7 million total, $1.62 million diverted to 12 shell vendors, 60% of every fee. Evelyn's face drained of color, but she held the line. Those were legitimate expenses: landscaping, dock repairs, community events. Vasquez clicked to bank records, transfers to Harper Ventures LLC the same day. These vendors, all registered to your relatives. No invoices, no bids, no work orders. Care to revise? Evelyn's hands clenched. Accounting errors happen. The room crackled when Vasquez played the deposition clip from William Foster, Evelyn's own accountant, now cooperating. His voice filled the space. She ordered me to create false invoices, threatened my license, said the Mitchell family sale was just business. Evelyn shot to her feet. He's lying. A disgruntled employee. Richardson grabbed her arm, but she shook him off. Vasquez calmly advanced to the offshore accounts. $800,000 in the Caymans, wired under Evelyn's maiden name. Planning a trip? Evelyn's composure shattered like glass under a boot. You have no idea the pressure of running a community. Ungrateful whiners, lazy residents. I built this place. The outburst escalated when Vasquez produced the email chain. Evelyn to her assistant. Thompson property essential. Use whatever means necessary. June deadline non-negotiable. Evelyn lunged across the table, knocking over a water pitcher. That's taken out of context. Security moved in, but Vasquez raised a hand. Let her speak. The jury will love this. Evelyn's voice rose to a shriek. Yes, I took the money. I earned every cent. 20 years of headaches, complaints, entitled retirees. I deserved $10 million for what I created. That lake was a mud pit before me. Richardson buried his face in his hands. The court reporter's fingers flew. Evelyn realized her mistake too late, collapsing back into her chair, chest heaving. Vasquez delivered the final blow. The shredded documents recovered from the HOA office dumpster, matched to the copies William provided. Obstruction of justice on top of everything else. Evelyn's eyes locked on mine across the table, pure venom. You think you've won? I'll bury you in appeals until you're bankrupt and broken. I smiled. Mrs. Harper, the only thing buried today is your credibility. The arrest came at dawn 3 days later. I watched from my kitchen window as 6 federal SUVs rolled up Evelyn's manicured driveway, lights flashing silent in the mist. Agents and windbreakers poured out, battering ram ready. Evelyn opened the door in a silk robe, hair in curlers, face makeup free and 10 years older. This is harassment, she screamed as cuffs clicked. They found her laptop open to flight bookings, Grand Cayman, one way, departure 3 a.m. Her passport was in her purse. The transfer attempt at 2:17 a.m. had triggered the warrant. News choppers circled overhead as agents carried out boxes, 20 years of secrets in bankers' cartons. Evelyn was led to the car, barefoot on the wet grass, robe slipping off one shoulder. She spotted me across the lake, raised her cuffed hands, and mouthed something I couldn't hear but didn't need to. Hatred has its own language. The trial was a spectacle. 500 spectators crammed the courthouse steps, local news live streaming. I took the stand at 9:12 a.m., oath steady. Vasquez walked me through the timeline like a master storyteller. Each document a chapter, each witness a plot twist. The jury leaned forward when the deposition meltdown played, Evelyn's voice echoing off marble walls. I deserve $10 million. Gasps rippled. Jurors scribbled furiously. Richardson's cross-examination was a desperate Hail Mary. Isn't it true, Mr. Thompson? You locked out families who'd used that lake for generations. I met his gaze. I secured private property, as the law allows. I've since filed a conservation easement granting controlled public access, because community matters, not extortion. The gallery murmured approval. Richardson had nothing left. Closing arguments were brutal. Vasquez painted Evelyn as a predator in a pantsuit, preying on the elderly, the trusting, the vulnerable. She didn't maintain a lake. She mined it. Richardson pleaded overzealous leadership, but the jury wasn't buying. Deliberation, for hours, 12 minutes. Guilty on all 18 counts: racketeering, wire fraud, mail fraud, tax evasion, obstruction. The foreman's voice boomed like thunder. Sentencing day, the courtroom packed again. Judge Ramirez, a no-nonsense veteran, stared down at Evelyn in orange. You abused trust for greed, destroyed lives for profit. 10 years federal prison, 3 years supervised release, $3.5 million restitution. The gavel cracked. Evelyn collapsed, sobbing, the first genuine emotion I'd seen from her. As deputies led her away, she turned one last time, eyes hollow. The queen was dethroned. Outside, victims embraced. Clara Evans clutching repurchase papers for her parents' cottage. Ruth Coleman waving her $9,000 refund check like a victory flag. The gate stands restored, plaque gleaming. This gate once divided us. Now it reminds us united communities cannot be conquered. I unlock it every morning. The click a reminder. Justice isn't given. It's taken, one truth at a time. What do you think? When does fighting corruption cross into personal vendetta? Was 10 years enough? Or should restitution include public shaming? Have you faced HOA overreach, fines, threats, intimidation? Share your story below. Let's discuss where the line is between justice and vengeance. Your voice could help the next neighbor standing alone against a bully with a clipboard.